Kenya is releasing Shamea's text messages. Quad is spilling the tea on Mariah. And then Nene is making some shocking claims about Kenya Moore's marriage and daughter on the Real Housewives of Atlanta finale. Get into this.
Well, he's cute about. I might put him in Potomac. Okay, yes. Yeah, he can come right on to Potomac.
What's up, y'all? This is where Richie Sky, and the tea is hot today, boy. It is hot today. Listen, you don't get your detox tea by clicking the link down below so you can get fit, get right, and look good for this summer body that's definitely about to happen, okay? Anyway, let's go ahead and dive right into what we got to talk about. It's your boy, Richie Sky. We here, Sky Squad, we in the building. And y'all know we talking about that good Real Housewives of Atlanta tea, boy. I know y'all caught that finale last night. Let me know down in the comments what you thought. Did you think that this finale was really a good representation for the ending of this season? You know, were you guys shocked by anything that happened? You know, are you on Kenya or Nene's side? Are you on Todd or Mama Joyce's side? You know, let me know what you're thinking, okay? With that being said, let's go ahead and dive into the news, because you guys know that there's this whole situation that's brewing between Kenya, Porsha, and Shamea, okay? Now, I don't even want to touch on the recap about this whole situation, because y'all know what's up. Y'all know what happened. The whole thing with, you know, Shamea basically telling her story at Porsha's event, Kenya interjecting and saying, yeah, because when I text you this, that, and the third, Shamea left the event, was mad that the situation didn't happen the way Kenya made it seem like it happened, and Porsha felt like Kenya tried to throw her under the bus by saying that I don't know where Porsha was when you was texting me about your water breaking. I guess she was busy or something like that or whatever. So Porsha's taking that to mean that Kenya was throwing her under the bus for not looking like a good friend. There. Are we all caught up? Okay, for anybody that didn't know, you're caught up now. But anyway, so there's the whole scuttlebutt right now going on, because in the episode, we did see Nene and Porsha have a sit down wherein Porsha told Nene that Shamea was mad about the situation because to Shamea, Kenya had told a lie and the situation didn't happen the way that it happened, okay? So now we're getting some tea from Miss Kenya Moore, okay? She's been released Shamea's text messages, and I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all this. Listen, last year this whole situation happened with Nene and Porsha, with Porsha releasing Nene's text messages, and now we got Miss Kenya Moore doing the same thing, because she's trying to clear her name up in these streets, and releasing these text messages seemed like it was going to be the only way to do it. So let's go ahead and dive right into what the text messages said. So Kenya released the text message screenshot, and it goes like this. She says, hey lady, do you ever feel hiccups? I don't, okay? Now, first of all, I hate the hiccups. Anyway, Shamea says, no, it's funny because everyone asked me that, but I just don't. I woke up wet this morning and just a little discharge, so I'm walking into the doc so they can tell me if I just, you know, messed on myself or if my sac is leaking. So then she says, Kenya responds and says, you are there now? And then Shamea says, yes. And so Kenya says this, are you scared? Where is your husband? Do you need me to come? Where are you? Shamea said this, they said it was pregnancy discharge. I'm fine. That's so sweet of you. And then Kenya says, oh God, okay. So for me, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you like this. To me, it seems like much ado is being made about Nathan, okay? Much ado is being made about Nathan, because at the end of the day, okay, what I get from this message is that Kenya Moore was genuinely concerned about the situation. And it seems as though she probably threw Porsha's name in it just by saying, hey, you know, I'm sure Porsha was, I think she had to work. I don't necessarily know, but I was, you know, that's sort of why we were in communication about this. Now, if you guys see it a different way, let me know down in the comment section below. The way Porsha tells the story is that Kenya called Shamea, or that Shamea called her, but when I went back and watched the episode, Kenya said we were texting. That's what I got it from it. So now that Kenya is releasing these text messages, of course, I want to know from you what you guys think. Whose side are you on in this situation? Do you feel like this exonerates Miss Kenya Moore? Do you feel like now she is off the hook with this situation? Or do you feel like this further proves that she was lying? As I was reading some of the comments, oh, and side note, this came from our friends at Atlanta Housewives. It's Atlanta_Housewives. Good people over there. They always got good tea. Y'all know I like to support any and everybody who's out there doing their thing with this whole situation, because I know how much work goes into these blogs and these Instagram posts, okay? So now, with that being said, let's move right on along, okay? Because I want to touch on Miss Quad for a second, okay? So she did an interview with Hollywood Unlocked, just like I told y'all about last week. And so she spilled a little bit of tea. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of tea. And I think so our friends over at Married to Medicine Bravo, they got the details on exactly what was said. Now, I want you guys to pay close attention because Jason does a good job asking her for the tea about the show. And so Quad does open up about the show, and then she spills some more tea about Mariah Huck's producer credit, or what is it? Get into this.
What's going on in Atlanta with Married to Medicine? Because I saw one of the girls. She didn't get no letter. She been at the mailbox every day.
Yeah, I don't understand all of that madness. I just kind of tend to my own business, and per my conversations with the higher up, I gotta say that I feel that I'm in a pretty good position. You understand that? We've had a number of conversations. I have a great deal of intel. I'm just speaking in terms of me. I don't talk about nobody else, because it ain't for me to tell somebody else's business. But for me, I get my information from the higher up. And so I doubt if they would be talking to people that they don't deal with.
But how do you get kicked off the show if you created it?
And then there's that. So, I would say you might not own it. It could be a situation where you did some type of deal, and you decided that you wanted to, maybe trade ownership or concept buy or concept thereof, for maybe, a title, sometimes vanity titles, they can only take you so far.
Okay, y'all. So that's that on that. So now she is letting us know that basically this title, it sounds like she had to give up some things in order to get this title. And like I had heard previously that this title was a vanity title. And by vanity, don't mean nothing, just look good, okay? So I don't know. If you are an executive producer on a show and you run into the mailbox to be checking for your contract, it does look a little strange. And I thought it was strange myself. But putting it out there like that, I just feel like, ooh, this looks crazy. This was real crazy. But again, y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comment section below. Do you think that this means that Quad is coming back for the next season? Or do you think that she's maybe just going to be asked back as a friend? Okay? Because I couldn't tell, because she really didn't get into whether or not she was going to get a contract or not. But Miss Quad, if you're listening, I'd love to sit down and talk with you, okay? Love to sit down and talk with you. Meanwhile, let's move right on along. Because y'all know in the episode, Nene Leakes had a conversation with Miss Wendy Williams, okay? So much I want to touch on about that, because I feel like, yet again, we have Wendy Williams slumming it with the Housewives. And y'all know why I'm saying that, because she said that she would not be slumming it, hopping out of a suitcase, second fiddle to a housewife. Now, I added in the second fiddle part, so don't run me through the coals on that one. I know what I did, okay? But what I am saying is this. Wendy Williams made it sound like she is above, making appearances on Housewives. But my question to you, Wendy, is why you keep doing it then? Like, if you are above it, why do you keep on having these conversations with Nene when she's filming? Now, at the end of the day, in order for them to use that footage, you had to sign off on it. And why do I know this? Okay, let me tell you something. Anytime somebody was in a scene with me when I was on Stripped, I had to get a signature on that thing. I had to get a signature for my tattoos, for my tattoo artist, okay? So it's a whole big conversation and situation that happens when you decide that you want to film a conversation with somebody that's not featured on the show. If, in fact, you do not sign off on that contract, you are not featured on that show. So, Wendy, my question to you is, why do you keep making these appearances if you feel like you're so far above the madness and you're slumming it with each and every appearance? I really don't understand that. And what I also think is you begin to set a precedence by where it would seem okay for said friend to call you when they're doing something in front of an audience, okay? That's just the way that I see it. So there had been no clear boundary set, and you set one on TV, but ultimately you probably should have set it behind the scenes. But I digress, because it's really about Kenya Moore and Nene Leakes, okay? Now, to me, when Nene Leakes was dragging Kenya for filth in this scene, I was asking myself, did she go too far, okay? And I want to know that from y'all in the comment section. Did she go too far with the draggerization of Kenya Moore and her eggs and the chicken eggs and all these kinds of other things that she was saying, okay? And for those of you guys that didn't see it, we're going to go ahead and talk about it within the context of the episode. And then we're going to actually touch on the rest of the pieces of the episode that I actually thought were noteworthy, okay? So just stick around for that, because we're about to get into everything right now. So listen, okay? Now, Wendy Williams called her, right? Wendy Williams sat down and called her again, and only to tell Nene Leakes that Kenya Moore had been in the TMZ talking about her. Now, let's take it back. Let's take it all the way back around to that situation. The TMZ was at Kenya Moore's, Sally's, promotional thing, right? Why at the Sally's promotional thing are they asking her about the Nene Leakes when it's her event? I would have been like, I'm not talking about Nene Leakes today. We're going to talk about, my hair care products. But Kenya Moore is smart, so she probably knew, if I continue talking about this girl, it's going to be some stuff. It's going to make some headlines or whatever, and we'll get more attraction to what I'm actually trying to do, more promo, you know what I'm saying? But ultimately, I felt like when the interviewer was asking her those questions, he was leading her in a certain direction. Typically, when you're interviewing someone, you really want to just kind of ask them open-ended questions or give them a thought and then tell them to react to it, right? So this guy was basically saying, okay, so you think Nene's a bully? Yeah, go ahead, tell me. You think she's a bully? Say the word bully. Say it to me on camera so I can get this soundbite and make this headline. You know what I'm saying? And she obliged him. So, honestly, I feel like he was the person who was conducting the interview, leading it and leading her to say it. Anyway, so she called Nene a bully and all types of things like that. So Nene says this, and this is kind of where I get my feeling about, did she go too far? She says, I don't talk about Kenya on red carpets. I can say a lot of things. Kenya's marriage license has never been found by no one. She ain't J-Lo, she ain't Beyonce, and they found their marriage license, but they can't find hers. They are not legally married, so there is nothing to divorce. I heard it was a handshake and an agreement that they would get together and have a baby, and she paid for them, okay? Now, she says, I'm not going anywhere talking about that because that's her baby. You see me on a red carpet asking where her eggs were found, saying it was Mark's sperm and some eggs that they bought or found them out the country somewhere. That's why the baby looks so much like him. I'm happy for her to be a mother. If she found an egg up under a chicken, I think it's great that she had a baby. Okay? And I was like, now, if you thought that Kenya Moore was thinking that you was talking about her baby before, she's really gonna think that you're talking about her baby now. But I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comment section. Did she go too far? Was that below the belt? I'm just kind of curious as to what you guys think. I'm not gonna go throughout the whole episode because honestly, a lot of it we talked at great length. What I will say is this though. I will say that Kenya says she is coming to the reunion with receipts. Now, I can't wait to see what those receipts are. But it sounds like one of those receipts could be a marriage license. That might be a good receipt to bring. You know what I'm saying? Because that'll shut up all the conversation about whether or not her marriage is legal or not. And that's something that should be easy to produce. Do you guys think that she will be bringing this to the reunion? Okay. The next thing that I want to talk about is Todd, Kandi, and the Mama Joyce. Okay. Now, shout out to Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Jackie because we did get cameos from them in this episode, as well as Derek J, okay, who we have not seen on here in quite some time, if I remember correctly, okay? Now, I want to talk about Todd, Kandi, and Mama Joyce. Now, the fact that this scene was taped earlier is what makes this whole situation so awkward. And what they showed was the fact that Todd and I guess his homeboy had come into the restaurant where Mama Joyce and Kandi were filming, right? So what we did not see in the episode that Kandi alerts us to in the after show is the fact that Todd's friend came back and spoke to Kandi and Mama Joyce while Todd did not. But he did pay for their breakfast or whatever. So I guess he felt like he did a good thing, but he just didn't feel like coming back there to speak. Now, what threw him under the bus, honestly, was the friend coming back and saying something, because if the friend could come back and say something, then surely you could come back and say something. You know what I'm saying? And I get where Kandi's coming from. It's like, you know, especially if we married or something like that, and you know I'm in a restaurant or something, just come back and acknowledge me or say hello. I can't imagine not coming to speak to my spouse, even if I'm not getting along with, you know, my mother-in-law or something like that. That would just seem like, because at the end of the day, I know myself, I'm gonna make every effort to try to make the situation as good as I can with the mother-in-law, so that I never give her an opportunity to have a bone to pick with me. So every bone that she's picking is out of her imagination, okay? Because it won't be nothing that I have done to her, right? So what I didn't like was, so we kind of see how that whole situation plays out, right? Now, the way they get into it during the baby shower, I just felt like, y'all know how I felt about it. I said it before. I felt like, I don't like when someone says, so you want to argue now? Is that what you want to do? Because that doesn't really solve the problem. That just says that you're going to be aggressive and that you're going to react how you want to react. And ultimately, I do feel like Kandi was kind of like a dog with a bone, and she just wouldn't let it go. And I think the best thing that Todd could have done in that situation would have been to say, listen, I understand that you're upset right now about that, but why don't we deal with that later? Because right now we have to attend to these party guests, and we can talk about it later. We can easily work that situation out, but right now I need to really focus on what we're here to do. And I think that would have been a better way to help her course correct back on the subject at hand, without necessarily getting nasty with her and them departing on bad terms. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, eventually he does apologize publicly, and I think that he probably needed to do that because, one, he was going to be seen on camera kind of being an, you know, an a-hole to his wife. But then also, two, it shows that he was willing to, you know, make a public apology about the situation, which probably half the family had already heard about anyway. And then two, hopefully now that the apology is made on television, it is known for posterity, which means that it's just known. There's no mistaking the fact that this man did apologize. It's on public record. It's recorded. It's all that good stuff, right? So anyway, let me move on to, let me know what you guys think about the whole situation. And then let's move on real quick to Nene and Kenya face to face, okay? I don't really have much to say about this because I feel like this is round 999 and I'm tired, okay? I am tired of this petty back and forth drama. You know, Marlo being messy, she brings up the article or whatever that Nene has already heard about from Wendy and Porsha and whoever else then called her and told her. Why this particular article made such a big deal, I have no idea, because I feel like they said worse to each other in their faces. Anyway, so they get into this whole back and forth, ruining Kandi's moment, and then this is what I don't understand. Now, for whatever reason, I don't understand why Kenya chose that moment to go talk to Shamea unless she was going to address the issue with her, Porsha, and Shamea. I don't understand it, because Shamea is standing right beside Nene, who is literally like a powder keg and ready to explode. So why at that point would you even move around to someone? Is that provoking? I want you guys to tell me down in the comment section below. Or is the fact that Nene got up out of her seat, is that provoking? Who is provoking who? I'm just gonna tell you like this. If I'm arguing with you and you decide that you want to come up around the table and get behind me, I'm getting up. That's just me. I'm getting up and I'm turning around, and we're gonna see what you're doing. We're gonna see what you're talking about. We're gonna see what you're giving, because I need to be able to protect myself in the event that you decide to get jazzy. You know what I'm saying? But I think that's just, anybody would do that. That's just my thought. But you guys let me know down in the comment section down below. Now, ultimately, this is all leading into the reunion. I want to know what you guys think about this whole situation. Are you happy with the way this season ended? Are you happy with this season overall? And are you excited about this CNN-style reunion that we're about to get, where everybody is sitting in their talking heads in their living room, you know, all on the screen at the same time, okay? But anyway, let me know your thoughts down in the comment section down below. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell button, and I will see you guys in the next video.